Hi guys, good morning from the USA. So I'm just here doing some stuff on the computer, and just want to give you guys an update and what's going on over here. It's kind of crazy. I've been sick. I don't know if you remember my last video, but the last video I was coughing a little bit. Well, that cough turned into a pretty bad cough. I haven't had any fever. I've had pretty nasty cough, a little bit of sore throat, some headaches, some stomach pains. Every time you think the cough is going away, you know, like you have a day with no symptoms, and then the next day you're coughing awful again. So I don't know. Maybe I have this virus. It's possible, but there's nowhere to get tested over here. I've already called the main, hotline for the state, and I've also called my healthcare provider, which is what they tell you to do, and they all say the same thing. They're not going to test me. I'm not in the high risk category, even though I just flew through Manila and New York, two hotbeds. They don't care. They don't have any tests. There's no tests here. It's crazy. So the people who tell me, oh, you have all these drive-through test places in your hometown, then that's great. They don't have it here. I mean, today's one of my good days. I'm not really coughing too much, but I still feel awful. So that's it. All you can do is just tough it out and pray for the best. Hopefully everybody else who is at home doing their quarantine, hopefully you guys are doing okay. I'm just looking at some numbers here on the computer. It's kind of a weird thing, and I feel awful for Lynn, because she's home by herself, really. I mean, she just went through, so it's been awful for her. So texting Lynn right now. So it's like 9 o'clock at night there, and so yeah, I'm just just texting Lynn right now. Having a nice tea. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. It's about, I don't know, I guess 9 o'clock at night over there. What can I tell you guys? That life here, where I am at, it's so weird. It's just so different. I've talked to some of my friends. Some of them are not working, and some of them are. They're working from home. One of my close friends, he works for he's like a marketing brander type of guy, like they do the brand marketing for I think a pharmaceutical company. So all their products are flying off the shelves. So he's busy. Who would have thought? His business is coronavirus proof, right? If you're working in a restaurant, forget it. You're shit out of luck. You got no work. You got no job. Coming from a background in that industry when I was younger, I know what those guys are going through right now. Because me, I was never that type. I mean, I worked in a restaurant when I was young, and I made really good money, but I always saved my money. I mean, I spent it too, don't get me wrong, but at least I had something. If I spent my money, at least I had something, to show for it, a car, a boat, a house, or whatever. Most of the kids that I work with, and I was just a kid back then too, but I didn't blow my money, like they did. They're just going out every night drinking and just making money to pay rent. Those guys live literally by the hair on their chin, paycheck to paycheck. So I know for a fact that there's a lot of unhappy landlords out there right now from people who can't pay their rent. Anyways, so these are some of the issues here, and so I was talking about, Lynn. Man, she's going through a really tough time. She's scared, she's nervous. She just came from the hospital, so she has to self-quarantine. She can't hold her kid. The baby's been without her parents for like a week. It's awful. It's just a bad time for me to leave. If I just had a crystal ball and known how to be stuck in this position, I would have never left. I mean, my thought was that there's no way this is gonna, you know, spread in the United States the way it did in other countries, but it did. And so, I mean, when I left the Philippines, I was thinking, you know, I'm gonna get here, get in, and get out, and get back. But that's not gonna happen now. I might not even be able to fly back there for like 6 months. It's gonna be a nightmare. So I've been sick, and it's scary. But you know, I try not to think about it. Maybe I have the virus. I don't know. You know, because you can't get tested. You can't get tested. You don't know. But I can tell you what my symptoms have been. This is Lynn. She's texting me. I don't know if you can see it, but my symptoms started with that cough that you guys saw in one of my last videos. So I don't know why this camera takes a long time to focus. So Lynn, she's home, and as you guys know, she just came back from the hospital, had a miscarriage. It's been very, very emotional for her, because she's the one carrying the baby, you know, and it was very unexpected. So she had to go through a pretty grueling process in the hospital last week. And part of the process now that she's home, is she has to not only heal herself, but she has to self-quarantine, because that's the doctor's orders. You know, you don't know if there's any virus roaming around that hospital. I'm sure that maybe there is. Who knows? I don't know what's going on in Bohol right now. They say no virus, but there's no test kits. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. So Lynn's home. She's self-quarantined. She don't feel good. She's nervous. She's starting to panic. You know, she's got Thea to worry about, Kyla to worry about. For whatever reason, in Anda, they are super, super strict over there. They have roadblocks, checkpoints at every entrance of every Barangay road coming up from the beach. So you can't get out of your neighborhood without going through army or police blockade. They're washing the tires as people come out. Checking people's temperatures. You have a pass. Only one person at a time can leave the house. The nanny, she had to quit because she can't come back and forth. And of course, they're nervous too. They don't want to leave their house. You know, everyone's nervous. So now Lynn, you know, she's left with her and her brother, but her brother's also in self-quarantine because he was with her at the hospital. So he's over in the storage room. There's like a little room set up there, has an air conditioner and everything. So he's over there. Lynn's in her room. The baby and Kyla and Princess, they're in the kitchen and in the kids' villa, going back and forth. I mean, Princess, she's just in high school. Kyla, she's only 12 years old. Those two right now are literally taking care of the baby 24/7, the two of them. So it's crazy. It's a crazy situation. So of course, Lynn, you know, now she's been so nervous that she's given herself a fever. So, you know, she's upset, she's nervous, she don't know that now, she thinks maybe she has the virus. Who knows? I don't know either. But I told her that for now on, you know, don't watch the news anymore. I stopped watching the news. That's it. Like since 3 days ago, I haven't watched a single news, just movies on Netflix. And try to get on the computer and stay active. And I avoid anything that has the title coronavirus in it. I'm just so tired about it. It really, when you're stuck in your house 24/7 and then you're coughing like me and you're watching all these stories online, it's depressing. So I told her that not to do that anymore. Don't watch any more news. Just start thinking positive. You know, I told her to watch some comedies, listen to some music, you know, relax, take a nice hot shower, sing in the shower, do whatever, make, you know, change your outlook into positive vibes, because if you don't, you'll die just from the mental part of this whole process. So I'm determined to stay positive and more focused than ever on accomplishing our goals for our life, our future, and everything like that. But thank God, I can only say that I'm feeling better. I still have cough, congestion, but nothing I can't say that it will get worse. Maybe it will, but it's already been since last Thursday, and today is Saturday, so it's over a week. Hopefully, whatever I had, I've gotten through the worst of it. That's all I can say. I don't know, but I'm here, still cranking out the videos. I was checking out Brian and Maricel's videos. They're still pumping out 10 videos a day. I don't know how they do it, to be honest with you. Lynn's texting me, hold on. So what she does is she makes videos at home at the house in the Philippines, and then she'll upload them, and I'm the one who make them public, you know. And she don't really, you need really kind of a laptop to do that, and so I do it here. And I brought my laptop with me because if I leave it there, it's gonna break. It's already 2 keys don't work. So I have this beautiful Mac, you know. I paid a lot of money for it because it's got a huge amount of memory on it, and it's got, you know, it's all loaded up with the right software and everything. And I let them use it in the Philippines, and it's, you know, it's going to shit, you know, just like everything else there, you know. So you gotta really, you know, the stuff that I bring, you know, the high-tech stuff, I try to keep it to myself so it don't get broken. But what else? I mean, some people wanted me to do a drive around, you know, the city, so maybe I'll do that when I feel a little better in a couple of days. Maybe I'll just do some driving tours. Beacon Hill, people want to see Beacon Hill. I gotta call I gotta call the town of Duxbury and see if they're open so I can get my clamming license. I'll go clamming. It's great, fresh air, there's no one around, you're far away from people, and you give yourself some physical activity. A lot of times when I go clamming, I don't even eat the clams, even though I love them. I mean, because I go so often, I just give them away. I just like doing it. You know, it's therapeutic, it's relaxing to smell the ocean and the mud, and you'll see. I'll make a video doing some clamming, and maybe make some pasta videos. So that'll be coming up soon. But so this is where I'm at. I'm home. I've been sick for about a week. Seems like I'm getting better. Hopefully I am. Lynn, she's a nervous wreck. You know, send some positive vibes her way, guys. We really got ourselves in a pickle right now, between me being stuck here, her being stuck in the room in quarantine. We got a 1.5-year-old daughter, a 12-year-old daughter. You know, and most of Lynn's family is an hour and a half away. So what we might do is, after Lynn's quarantine, is that I might send her to the mountains to be with her family. But my theory is, and you guys comment below about what you think about this, because this is my theory. You know, she's convinced that she should run up to the mountains where her family lives, that she'll be safer. And I'm thinking the complete opposite, because they pack themselves in like sardines up in the mountains. The people literally live on top of each other in where her mom is. There are some people that have houses that are really separated from a lot of people far away. But Lynn's little neighborhood, it's where her mother lives. I mean, there's always at least 10-20 people at her mother's house, coming and going. I don't know if it's still like that with the coronavirus, but I can just tell you that Marianne is there, her mother, her father, Marianne's kids, Marianne's husband, all of Marianne's helpers, and then you have all the cousins, all the relatives, and all the friends who are constantly going to the store, buying stuff and hanging out, singing karaoke. That can't be good in a virus situation where they tell you not to congregate with a lot of people. So my thought is that if one person brings that virus up to that town, they're all gonna get it. They're all gonna get it. So I just think that she's safer in Anda, because in our house, there's no neighbors. I mean, the neighbors are very far apart, and nobody's coming in and out of our property unless they, like Sammy, who he's not coming around anymore because he can't stop drinking. And so that's it. We don't have any more workers. Then we don't have anybody coming in and out of the property. So it's just them. So for me, that's the safest way to be right now, you know, less contact with other people. But in the mountains, it's not like that. It's everybody's on top of each other. But for whatever reason, they all, her and her sisters all think it's going to be, the safest place is going to be in the mountains, but I don't think it is. That's my thought, but she wants to go there. It'll give her some peace of mind. So I told her when she's done with quarantine, if no one's sick in the mountains, then she, you know, she can go there. Maybe she'll feel a little more at ease being around the rest of her family. I just don't think it's a great idea, but I don't want to stop her from having some sense, some peace, you know, because staying at home by herself is just giving her more stress, you know. So these are my thoughts. This is what's going on. Back here in the city. Hopefully we can get through this soon. I do feel like this is going to go up and then down until we, you know, till you get through that hump. It's gonna be touch and go. You gotta survive it. You know, it's just the way it is. The more people it infects, the more people will become immune to it, and eventually, over time, this virus will mean nothing to anybody, other than, of course, the people who lost their lives, which is a tragedy, and it should have never happened, to be honest with you. But there's only one way out of this, and that's up the mountain and then back down the other side of it. It's the only way. So you got to get through it. We all have to get through it. Thanks for watching. See you guys on the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. If we ever in a time needed subscribers and views, and this is the time we need it now, because there's no work, there's no income. I couldn't even go to work if I wanted to right now. So all of your help watching the videos, it's what we need, it's what we appreciate. Thank you, everybody. Stay safe. We love you all, and see you soon.